Hello children of 7th class, how are you doing? I hope you are doing well, right? So in the last class we have studied about motion and the concepts of motion, types of motion, okay, where do we use and what type of different types of motions we have seen. And also we have studied about the units of time and how to convert the kilometers per hour into meters per second. Yes? Yes. So today I have come up with a new chapter, new class, isn't it? Yes. As you know that this is what type of season it is? Yes, rainy season. After this you will get a winter cold season. Yes. See, I think you might have had your breakfast or lunch or whatever the food. See, most of the people would like to have the food very hot, isn't it? Some of the people are having a habit of taking food very hot. They would like to have that. And some of the food items are very cold. We would like to have in a cold manner. Can you give example? Yes, your answer is right. That is ice cream. Yes. If the ice cream is very hot, would you like to have? No. We would like to take or consume the ice cream. Okay, we would love to eat the ice cream when it is very cold. And hot tea. Most probably the tea we are using, we will use or we will sip the tea only when it is hot. Cool drink, if you want to take, see if it is very hot, can you take? No. Why, if you go to shop, directly you will ask the shopkeeper whether it is cold or not. We will check by holding the bottles of cool drink, isn't it? If it is very cold, then only we will take, otherwise we won't. So I think you got an idea. I'm going to deal with the topic of heat. Is this, this is the word we will use daily in our life. Yes, in some examples, some instances we use this word called heat. And we also use the words hot. Oh, it is very hot, in summer season. 1 month back we were very hot due to the hot season or summer season, and we will try to wear different types of clothes based on the seasons. And if you have entered into winter season, what you will say? Yes, it is very cold, and you will use different types of sweaters and etc. So what actually a heat is? Sometimes we will say to your mother, "Mommy, heat it, boil it." We use this word. That means we would like to, heat is nothing but it's a form of energy. So what is energy? Simply you say energy like this. Not only this one, that is a muscular energy. But what type of energy it is? A heat. Okay. So I'll give you a small example. For example, when you are boiling a water, of course you'll keep a lid on the vessel and you started boiling the water, and the water is getting heats up, and then immediately after certain time, or even the basic example is when your mother is cooking rice. Yes, the water comes out, then immediately the lid of the vessel will be moved from one place to another place, or sometimes it may fall down on the kitchen platform or on the floor. Actually it was to be stable. See, if you are not giving the flame or the heat, what happens to the vessel? Will it come? Will it move? What? The lid will move or not? No. See, the lid will move or displaced from the vessel, top of the vessel, when you are giving the heat. That means heat has a capacity to displace the objects. Sir, if it displaces the objects, how can we say that it is a form of energy? Yes, I'll give you a small example. So what actually energy is? Energy scientifically is defined as having capacity to do a small work. Yes, many works are there in our daily life, but according to science, a work is defined as when certain amount of force is applied any object. If this object displaced from one place to another place, then only the work is said to be done. I'll give you once again clarity. What is energy? Capacity to do any work. According to science, According to the scientific definition of the word, when certain amount of force is applied on any object like a book, if it is displaced, okay, if it is displacing from one place to another place, then only the work is said to be done. For example, in the first example which I have given to you is, heat is a form of energy. How can I say that it is a form of energy? Because heat is having of capacity to do work. What type of work it has done? That is, it displays the lid. Example, it is displacing the lid of the vessel from one place to another place. Yes, you got the clarity. What is that? Heat is a form of energy. This is one characteristical property. And the second characteristical property of the heat is what a heat will do. It always flows from one place to another place. Always heat will flow from one place to another place. Take a iron spoke, like your cycle spoke, like a small iron rod. Put it on a flame by holding the edge of the iron spoke, and the other edge should be on a flame. Just hold it for 1 minute. No sir, we can't do. Yes, your answer is right. Your assumption is right. Why? Yes, your fingers may start what? Absorbing the heat energy, but actually your fingers and the edge is not on a flame. Even though you feel the hotness, am I right? Yes, where did it come from? Actually the first end is on a flame, but you are holding the iron spoke or that bar or that iron rod on the other end. So what is happening here when it is placing on a flame? So it is moving. What it is moving? The heat is floating from one place to another place. That's why your fingers are becoming warm, and immediately you release, or you just slip that. You leave that iron rod, immediately you will run to some other places because of hotness. So when this end becomes very hot, you observe this iron rod. Initially it is very cold, normal temperature. But when you put it on when you place it on a flame, what happens? This end will become hotter, but this will become very colder only, normal temperature. When this end becomes hotter and hotter, then slowly the hotness moves from this place to the other parts of this rod or iron spoke. So like that, the hotness or the heat flows from this end to another end. So what is the conclusion from this activity, from this example? The heat always flows from one place to another place. What is that one place? Hotter bodies. Am I right? Hotter bodies to colder bodies, or higher energy to lowest energy. Did you understand? Heat is a form of energy, and second property is it always flows from one place to another place. In other words, hotter region to or higher energy level region to the lower energy level region, isn't it? So this is the basic concept of heat, and heat is denoted by, how to recognize this heat alphabetically? Heat is denoted by a letter called capital Q. Capital Q. And this Q is nothing but quantity of heat. We will call it as quantity of heat. Remember that. But is this a measurable quantity? Measurable means, example, many times I have given these examples. If you want to purchase a rice, you will measure the rice in what? Kilograms. Because rice is a measurable quantity in kilograms. See, in this world or in this universe or in your surrounding places, we have different physical quantities to be measured, or they are measurable quantities. Like that, heat is also a measurable quantity. So in what it is to be measured? That is what the concept of today's class. Our chapter name is what? Heat and its measurements. How we can measure. Okay. So about this concept we will learn in the next class. So far, please go through with the topic. So what is heat? Definition. So how it moves? Definition and examples. You can write these key points in your notebook or in a paper. Please put it in a just post it in a group, and you have to read the textbook, e-textbook PDF files. Okay, see you in the next class. Thank you.